All right. All right. I think we're good now, right?
Hi.
Hey. All right. We got Mark up here so far, Mark B. Hey Mark. I'm gonna give it a few seconds to try to let people try to roll up in here. All right. But tonight we get Spooky Society. We got Stephanie. No one else with you tonight, right?
Nope, just me.
Okay. All right. Let's see. All right, should be more people. Let me see if I can try to share this thing out a little bit. Maybe get some people coming in, maybe. That's fine. You can leave it alone. So how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Pretty good. We're doing all right.
It is cold here.
Really?
Yeah, I've got a sweater and it's over a sweatshirt.
Oh,
it's ridiculous.
Lord. Oh, Lord.
Yeah, not happy.
Yeah.
It's a little chilly here.
Is it?
Yes, ma'am. It's not too bad, though.
All right.
It's warm during the day, but cold at night.
Yeah.
Don't know why it's not showing up.
We keep going back and forth.
Yeah. That's the way we are, too.
I just looked because we tried to do a cemetery Wednesday night and it was so frigid. So we didn't go, and it was just really windy, so the noise contamination was going to be bad. So then I was looking at this week if we could reschedule, and Wednesday's supposed to be like 48, I think.
Oh wow!
And in during the day for the high. Hey, Kevin.
Yeah, hey, Kevin.
Hey, Kevin.
Thank you, Mark, for sharing.
Yeah, it's not showing up on my YouTube page for some reason. I don't know why.
I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it. Hey, Three Souls.
Well, so I guess we'll just go ahead and get going, I guess. How I'm gonna treat this like I don't know anything, pretty much, just in case somebody else knows. So what actually really got you involved to want to do paranormal investigations?
Well, so I was born on Halloween, and I've always been into everything spooky, and I was known as the witch, my whole life and what have you. And I didn't really understand that what I thought was claustrophobia and that kind of thing, and not sure what was going on, was really that I'm an empath, so I can feel everybody's energy. Hey, Frank, everybody's energies. And so that's what was closing in on me.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just happened to be at Liberty, this pub, Norris Pub in Liberty, Indiana. And that's where I met Ashley. She was working there a couple of nights a week just to get out of the house. And we were there for my birthday, Halloween, not on Halloween, but for Halloween. And so she was waiting on us, and she had just joined another paranormal group. And so I went to a couple of their investigations that they held where you could pay so they could raise some money. And I was hooked. Like, that's the first, I don't watch a lot of TV or anything. So I didn't watch any of the ghost hunters and all that stuff. And then I had my art, my photography and stuff at Reindeer Ridge in Indiana, which has live actual reindeer for the holidays. And that's when I met Tina. And Tina had her crafts and arts there as well. And I was telling her about it. And then Ashley decided to go out on her own. And I said, well, of course I want to do it. And then Tina says, well, I talk to dead people. So, so that's kind of how it got started. And I started to do some things on my own. I already kind of had a YouTube channel, but I really didn't use it. And I've been a spokesperson for breast cancer and for different things for a career as well. And so I was just kind of playing around with it. And then COVID, and Tina got COVID. And then we only did a couple, just the two of us. And then she came back on. And then Dale she met him, Tina met him through a mutual friend. And he came, we were doing a cemetery by his house. And so Ashley couldn't be there. We said, here, can you hold this camera? And he's been our camera guy ever since.
Oh, well. Yeah, so,
thanks, Frank.
That's what he said.
He said he has to go, but he'll watch the replay. Thank you.
Yeah, I was watching one of the, I think it was at Christmas time, and y'all were talking about how y'all got together and stuff.
Yeah.
And so what was it? Ashley and you were doing an investigation in your kitchen?
Yeah.
At home?
Yeah. So when she was with the other group, she said, I told her I live in a house built in the 1800s. If they want to come over, I do live with spirits and talk to them all the time. And so she and the old group came over and investigated my house. And then when she decided to go out on her own, we decided, well, let's just investigate my house, us. And we invited Tina over and Ashley's husband. And so, yeah, possessed meatloaf. And so we actually investigated my house, the four of us, and sat down at my dining room table. And that's how Get Spooky came to be. But I think that was it was either February or March of last year. So it's been a little over a year.
Wow.
Yeah, but we didn't film it or anything. It was just, an investigation, no filming.
Yeah, that's kind of how we started going also. We didn't really film a whole lot, but just started adding the camera aspect just in case something happened, But, But how'd y'all come up with the name Get Spooky Society?
I'm trying to remember. I know originally I named it was just Stephanie Getz. And so I changed it to Story Time with Stephanie. And then I don't remember where. I think I was saying Stay Spooky at the end or something. I always said Stay Spooky. And so I think we tried to incorporate that, and Tina came up with it. We decided society is something that people might want to be a part of. So it entices hopefully people to belong.
Wow. That's pretty neat. That's cool.
Yeah,
I like the way y'all's logo looks too. Looks real professional.
Thank you. Actually, Tina designed it. So Yep. I just said it had to be purple, had to have purple in it because that's my color.
Yeah. So each of y'all have some kind of sensitivity or something, right?
Right.
Can y'all? Yeah. Can you explain a little bit of that?
Yeah. So Tina is a medium, so she can actually channel. She really channels spirits, mostly people, because she's not an animal person. And then Ashley and I are both highly sensitive empaths, so we really feel a lot. But I have heard and I have seen and I do smell. So where I don't have the ability to actually sit down and channel for, like Tina does, I can still feel energies and sometimes see and hear and definitely smell them. And I think Ashley's the same way. She does see visions more than me. So a lot of times if we have time, we'll meditate before we start an investigation, if there's time. And she tends to see a lot of visions. I'm starting to get those visions.
Wow.
Whereas with Tina actually, the spirits are talking directly to her. That's the difference between what we have. Now, Dale will say he doesn't feel anything or have any abilities, but he's not. That's not true. He totally does.
Yeah.
So, but I talk to animal spirits. And I just took some master classes on that. So that's what I'm trying to bring to our investigations is if we're meditating, etc. When we're inviting the spirits in, I consciously try to invite any animal spirits in. And it has been working in some cases.
Wow, that's pretty neat.
Yeah. Yep.
I've always wondered about that with spirits. With animal spirits, because I've had a few that's passed away and kind of wondered if they're still around sometimes, but
so far that is something that we've each added Ashley will do rune drawings. So on our website, you can book a rune drawing with her. I'll do card readings. Tina does card readings, but she also does the intuitive readings where she mostly tries to channel any spirits that want to communicate with the person she's reading for. And I also do animal readings, and I can do it for past animals or present animals. So I can teach you to communicate, and I'm not getting the messages. I'm taking you into a meditation and teaching you how to communicate. I get messages at the same time, but so far, everybody that, including Dale, who's never meditated in his life, I've been able to connect to them with the animal that they're trying to reach. And it's all been dead on. And I've gotten the messages, and it's all been dead on the animal. And I know nothing but the animal's name. So similar to a psychic that might know your name, I only know the animal's name. That's all I know. So that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Yeah.
I haven't heard too many people say things like that, but that's pretty neat though.
Yeah. Well, if we have time on our 3-night adventure when you guys are here, then if we have time or, the mental capacity to do it, I can do it when you guys are here.
All right. Yeah, that sounds good. Sounds good.
I'm already counting down the days to go.
Yeah.
Oh, Carrie, it's going to be amazing. Yeah. I'm really excited. I've already done the asylum, and I've been in the mansion, but we didn't investigate. I don't know anything about the jail or the speakeasy, so it's going to be absolutely off the charts.
Right. Yeah, if anybody doesn't know, I don't know if we want to say where the location is yet, but here soon, we're going to be going and doing like a collab together.
Yep.
Really soon, really.
Yeah.
So,
it's a little over a month.
Right. I think American Phantom Hunters is going to be there, and I know your team. Anybody else that I don't know right now?
Have you seen Michelle, the paranormal experiencer? She's the one that in Kentucky that does the past life regression readings.
I don't think I have.
Okay. She does past life regression, and she's done mine and Tina's and Ashley's and everybody's. Well, she does join in on our lives, and I've had her on my live before, but we went down to Kentucky, and actually, here is the crystal. I found the mother of crystals.
Oh, wow.
That's cool.
We broke it open. I had no idea what I was looking for. I mean, this is what it looks like on the outside. So that's what I saw. And I just kept picking up things that I thought might be and saying to our tour guide, Josh, is this anything? He actually thought that was going to be amethyst. I would have died if that was amethyst. But
yes.
She's down in Kentucky right now, moving to Florida, but she and her husband are coming, as far as I know. She's a medium. She's a medium as well. So that'll be interesting.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And then the couple that invited us last year to go, she and her husband are going.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Yeah, we this will be the first time that we've done an investigation with anybody that's any kind of a medium or sensitive or anything, which sometimes I think she is a little bit, because she says she can hear spirits, and I know I can't. So, but I'm gonna tell you something though. I didn't really believe that people could hear spirits until we were on a couple investigations. She kept saying she was hearing stuff. Well, we were filming, and later on, sometimes you don't know you got something until you go back and you edit.
Right.
Well, she was saying what she was hearing, and then I could hear it on the playback, and I was like, I was blown away. I couldn't believe it. So it was
I've been hearing spirits since I was probably 4 or 5 years old.
Yeah. Carrie, I can tell you're definitely an empath for sure. You may be able to develop psychic abilities as well. And I would say, Joe, you might be an empath and just not know it. I've worked really hard to develop my skills, and I'm trying to get more like Tina. I just don't know. I know I can do it with animals, but Mark, I did see your question. Like Wayside Wade said, it is actually the way Michelle does it is she uses scrying And so she uses a candle and crystals like what I just showed you. And she looks through them and she asks spirit to tell her things about your past life. You can ask her a specific question. I had a specific question and didn't tell her. She didn't really know me. She only knew my name. And we talked for a few hours and she was able to get the answers to my questions without even knowing what my questions were. It was life-changing, absolutely life-changing. Yeah.
Wow. So, I think you said that you grew up Catholic, and some of y'all, like I think Ashley and Dale also had too. How did that kind of affect your belief system as far as investigating right now?
I was brought up Catholic and Dale was an altar boy. Like he was definitely Catholic. And I left the church probably early 20s just because the church that we went to, the sermon was all about wanting money to modernize the church. And I wasn't getting anything out of it. Right. And so for me, I definitely believe in God. I don't feel like I need 4 walls and a priest or whatever you want to call them to believe in God and have a relationship with God.
Right.
I wasn't sure what I felt about past lives and that type of thing. Michelle pretty much blew me away. As far as the investigations, we really, if you've followed us, we don't provoke, we don't invite any evil. We're trying to help spirits.
Yeah.
So I feel like we're not doing anything against God. That's kind of.
Yeah, that's how we are. We don't provoke or anything.
You guys are a lot like us. You guys are very, very respectful. I like how you conduct your investigations. Very respectful, there's some that just of course we all want views, we all want subscribers, but we're not doing it to scare people. I've had a lot of people say, well, you're not scary, why are you laughing? Well, because we're not trying to scare people, we're just trying to help spirits and capture evidence.
Right. One of my biggest things I grew up Christian, and it's just one of my biggest things of growing up is, I always believed, was told or read or whatever, that, when you died, you go to heaven or hell, whatever. So, that's one of my biggest things is, do people actually stay here behind, or is there something else that's darker that's just kind of like manipulating, the situation to make you think that there's something or somebody else? So, I'm kind of torn between both, a little of both. So, there might be situations where maybe there is cases where people might stay for some odd reason. But, that's kind of about where we're at with that. But,
I can tell you that my grandfather was one of the most important people in my life. And he does come back and visit with me, and I do talk to him. And when I got breast cancer, he was here. I saw him in my back seat when I was driving one day. I was mowing the grass. I saw him on my porch. Like, I saw him. Now I know he's not stuck here.
Right.
And so I know he's going back and forth. Now, what I would recommend for you to do is read the book, Angels in My Hair by Lorna Burns. She's written a couple different books, but she's an Irish woman. Angels in My Hair. A friend gave me that when I was going through cancer, and I was struggling with, I wasn't ready to die. And I read that book, and it's a true, I wouldn't call it a biography, but it's true to what happened in her life. She still talked to angels. She never stopped talking to angels from a little, as little kids, we talk to angels, ghosts, spirits, whatever, and we grow out of it, and we're conditioned not to.
Right.
So, she never stopped. And in fact, her family deemed her, they said, retarded back then because she had, imaginary friends, etc. And when people finally realized and it came out that she did talk to angels, people would come from all over and line up for her to heal them. Wow. She really couldn't heal everybody, but the way she describes what happens when you die, whether it's true or not, it helped me be okay with it.
Yeah.
That book was so helpful to me. So I tell a lot of people that are asking questions like you are, that is a good book to read just to kind of have another thought of, you know, we're taught, like you said, you die, you go to heaven or hell.
Right. Right.
So, and I don't believe that you do. Yes, I believe there's a heaven and a hell most likely, and you go somewhere, but I don't believe that you're stuck. I think some people linger here because they were tragically killed and maybe there was, you know, unfinished business, but I do believe there are spirits that can go back and forth as they want to.
Yeah.
And I do believe now, after the people that I've met and Michelle, et cetera, that, you know, you can choose to come back or not. And some people, you know, God sends back for a reason. And you're learning more each time you're here, like another lesson until you've decided you've learned it all.
I got you.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Mark, my mom wouldn't make us go to Catholic school because of the nuns. She went to Catholic school and they were mean. And so she didn't make us go. Hey, Shape. What's up?
Yeah, the shape.
The shapes.
Yeah, we don't have a whole lot of Catholic churches around where we're from. I mean, there are a few, but a lot of people just mostly Baptist or Pentecostal. So
we have more of those churches in our general area.
Right.
I think there's one Catholic church when I was growing up. I don't know if it's still around, but I went there one time and didn't understand nothing that preacher was saying.
Well, the one thing I do like about y'all is that y'all publicly say your prayer on video, and I like that, you know, because we say our prayers also, but we most time don't do it on camera. But I do like that, you know.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's pretty neat.
Well, you know, the reason why we started doing that, I was not a YouTube person. I did not watch YouTube prior to doing this. So when I first decided to start doing the channel, I had no idea what made a good video. So I started watching, and unfortunately the Shape, thanks Shape, I was watching all the wrong ones, but you know, at least watching the ones that are, you know, faking or entertainment purposes taught me the right way to put the entertainment part into it. Right. One of the things that I did learn is there was a lot of people that, you know, well, you're not praying and, you know, or this or that. So we just decided, you know what, we're doing it anyway. We're just going to do it so nobody asks if we do it.
Right. Yeah. What?
Wade said the Catholic churches get ridiculed more down south.
I don't think Catholic churches do get ridiculed as much as... I don't think so. I mean, it's just I just don't think there's that many churches down here as far as I know. So I'm not sure. How about where you're from? It's not too bad, right?
No, you know what? Unfortunately, a lot of the gorgeous old Catholic churches have closed because of, you know, the decline. And my ex boyfriend went to a Methodist church. And so I went with him a couple times because I'm open, and I really, really liked it. I never know what to call them, if it's a minister, priest, whatever, whatever it is. He never asked for money. Yes, you were expected to tithe and expected to give money, but he was more talking about what he did with the money for the community. Not about the church getting money. It was all about what he did for the kids, and they did missions and stuff. And I really enjoyed it. But it's been several years now.
Wow. Well, how did you, I guess I'll change a little note. How did you kind of get involved in the crystals, and what really got you interested in that? Can you explain out a little bit to us, because we don't really know a whole lot about that?
Yeah. So Tina's always been into crystal. I see your question, Mark, and I'll answer. Tina's always been into crystals, and when we started to work on our abilities as an empath, as a medium, etc., and learn more about moonology and setting intentions and manifesting them and all this kind of brought all this spiritual stuff together. I didn't know what a crystal grid was. I didn't know. I just thought crystals were pretty. She, right away, Tina did tell us, and so did Ashley, we really need to get the right crystals for protection, etc. And so that's kind of how it started. And then we just started, it snowballed from there. So then we took classes, and then, now we're teaching classes, etc. So I really like the moon, and the moon drew me in. And I really have always been drawn to the moon, and the moon's always been able to affect my energy. And so I started taking classes on that as well. So manifesting with the moon, and a lot of our lives, that's what we talk about. It's during the lunar phases, etc. So it's just kind of bringing it all together with the spiritualism and then the paranormal investigating. It's kind of, you and I have talked a little bit about how to get more subs and views and stuff. It's kind of like our side, bringing in different types of people.
Yeah.
Mark, they can do whatever they want. You're right. I really feel like, and with crystals, they're beautiful. Do they really have the abilities that they have? Like, just because I carry a tourmaline or, selenite in my pocket, is that really going to keep a spirit from possessing me? Probably not, but I think it's right here. It's what you believe. So if you believe that spirit's not going to follow you, or you believe that crystal's going to help you, that's what it's about. And if it has the ability, the crystal does, or if we have the ability just to tell them not to follow us, then that's great.
Yeah, it's just like with a cross or a crucifix. It's not really going to, I believe, protect you. It's just like you said, it's all what you believe. And yeah, because those crystals are really interesting, and I know there's a lot to pretty much learn from it. Let me see.
Thanks, Mark.
Yep. But one thing I want to stop here and say right quick: if you haven't subscribed to the Get Spooky Society, there is a link should be down in the description. If you can, go down and click and subscribe to these folks, and I'm sure they would really appreciate it.
Yes.
But one question that I know I have is, what is a chakra?
The chakra and those are the ones that I'm still learning. So I've been working this week, because it's been kind of cold outside. I've been working on like a cheat sheet, like numerology, and your different houses in your birth chart, and the astrological signs and all that stuff. And so chakras were something that Tina is really good at, and I'm grabbing my cheat sheet because she does healing touch. So healing touch has a lot to do with your chakras and aligning your chakras. There's 7 of them. And what's confusing is they start at your root chakra is number 1. So they start from down and go up. So I would think that my crown chakra is number 1, but it's number 7. So you have your root chakra that is number 1, and it is like what grounds you. It's like your tailbone, that area. And then you have your second chakra is your sacrochakral, and that's like right below your belly button area there. And that's about like creativity and things that bring you pleasure. And then your third chakra is your solar plexus. So that's above your belly button, and that's more like your personal power. And then your heart chakra is in the middle of your chest. Hey, Kira. And that, harmony, love. Then your throat chakra is your 5th chakra, and that's about communication. And then your third eye is your 6th chakra, and that's all of your intuitiveness and your spirituality and wisdom. And then your crown chakra is your knowledge, your compassion, your love, etc. But I don't know them all by heart yet. I'm still learning them. There's so much to learn.
Yeah. So how does the chakra and the crystals, they somehow merge together, right?
Chakras and crystals. There are different crystals that supposedly go well with different chakras. Mm-hmm. So, and I don't have that all written down, but I do believe I put it in my notes. But anyway, there are certain crystals that if you get healing touch, mm-hmm. Or there is crystal therapy, I guess if you call it. I'm not sure if that's how you call it, but they'll use different crystals in the places of your different chakras. And then that's what they'll place there in order to align. So people like Tina can tell if you have a blocked chakra. So yeah, they can tell which one's being blocked and then help you unblock it. Kira, where are you investigating tonight, girl?
The Shadow Valley. Paranormal said, I know if spirits want to talk to you, they will. Or just like they did when they were alive. Yeah, I kind of believe that too.
Yeah. I mean, that's what's crazy. And that's what Tina will say, you know, when she gets somebody that wants a reading from her, she can't promise that your mom's going to want to come back and talk to you.
Right.
She's either gonna or not, you know, and Tina can't make her do that. And I think it's the same. Obviously, it's the same in our investigations. So it doesn't have to be an old house. It doesn't have to be I mean, it could be a brand new house. It could be the property. It could be a thing. You could go back to a place that you just had the most amazing investigation and get nothing the next time. I mean, it's just, so yeah, I don't know what your name is, Shadow Valley Paranormal, as far as like your personal name, but you're right. It's just absolutely, they are going to talk if they want to.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of times, I think a lot of people try to go into an investigation to connect with just one certain spirit. And I mean, you might pick up several others that you really don't know who you're speaking to at the time. But I mean, you just ask for the name and maybe you might get lucky and get a name.
Yeah.
But,
well, when our one that we just did, when we were in, I mean, this place was built in the early 1800s and we started in the round cellar and all of the spirits down there, whoever we were talking to, wanted to talk to the current employees of all the years and all the spirits that could be there. They all wanted to talk to the current employees. It wasn't who we thought we were going to talk to. So to your point, you don't know.
Right. Was that the
Randall? Okay, Randall.
Was that the newspaper place? No,
this place is Market Street Grill, and it's in Harrison. It's the first one we've done in Harrison, Ohio, and we have 3 more videos. There's 4 altogether, but we actually got to go in a real tunnel. Like, oh my gosh. You know, you always get this around here. Oh yeah, there's tunnels in the basement. And then you go down and then just bricked up wall. Well, where's the tunnel? Well, it's behind the wall. This is the one we actually, hey Sandra, this is the one we actually got to go into. And it's not like a tunnel that, you know, you just crawl in. It is a huge tunnel. Yeah. That part of the video is releasing tomorrow morning.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah,
that's
but
cool.
It was being built as a brewery, which blew my mind because I guess I didn't put together the fact that breweries, like beer and stuff, was brewed back before Prohibition. You know, like 1848, they were building a brewery. That just blew my mind. I don't know. But so yeah, they were building it to be a brewery and then they ran out of money. And then 2 years later, they finally built it. Another man built it. And it was originally like a hardware store and a blacksmith on the first floor. They made buggies on the second floor and the Freemasons and the Oddfellows were on the third floor.
Wow.
So, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So how are you? I noticed that you're doing a lot of like commercial investigations, like in like towns. How are y'all going about in getting those investigations?
Well, they're all where we're from. And so we have a lot of connections. It isn't always easy to get approval. But there's so much. We're on the Ohio River and the old canal and the railroad. So there's so much history within this section. We're like the gateway to the West. So it really, really, we just got in with the right people. And then I don't know, we've been really lucky, but so we've only paid for one place, and that was Randolph last year. Every place else has been free, but it takes, a lot of tenacity to stay on them, getting them to, sorry, there was a fuzzy, getting them to let us do it.
Yeah.
What blows my mind is, yes, I know, Mark, you are an expert on breweries, you told me. What blows my mind is that how many of these places that we investigate, and they're so excited about it, and then like they don't share it, they don't watch it. It's like,
yeah.
How could you not watch it? You were just in the video. You're in the video and you're not watching. Yeah. I don't understand it. I just don't understand.
Right. I think we done an investigation in Petersburg, Virginia, and it took us a couple months to edit the video. And the girl asked us a few times when the video was coming out. And I told her I was going to get it out soon. And I don't even actually know, in which it came out, but I don't even actually know if she even seen the video, to be honest with you. So, I mean, I kind of feel you on that a little bit too. So, but we have to pay for quite a bit where we go at, because there's not really a whole lot around here to really do. And then people where we're from in North Carolina are really closed as far as the paranormal.
Yeah.
And as far as like, I can't really do abandoned places, because if a place gets a certain age and somebody doesn't live there too long, they tear it down.
Yeah.
So, and we've done the whole cemetery thing too, but got a couple weird experiences doing cemeteries, and been scared a few times, so we kind of tend to stay away from cemeteries. And it's not really all paranormal, I mean, there's actual weird situations that's happened. We just rather probably not stay, in a graveyard. Have y'all done any graveyard investigations?
We have. Let me just answer this question really quick for Randall. No, I'm not planning on going to Bobby Mackey's. Yes, I've been to Bobby Mackey's as a patron. No, I'm not paying them the outrageous amount of money that they want for you to go there. It's insane. Not doing it. It's like, I can't remember now if it was $600 or $800. I want to say it was $800 or something. Maybe it was $600, but it was stupid. And no, not doing it.
Yeah, I think that's only for a couple hours too, right?
Yeah. It wasn't for a very long time, and 4 hours or something. And not going to do it. But because we're lucky that we haven't even scratched the surface of where we are, for free. So cemeteries, we have lots of cemeteries here. We have done some cemeteries. And then last year when it was so bloody hot in the summer. And so then we got, all these other opportunities, and we usually do an investigation a week, and we still can't get everything done.
Right.
So we're trying to get back to some of the cemeteries, because we have a lot of what they call, now the name's escaping me. I can't think of I'll have to think about it, but the type of cemetery it is, pioneer. We have a lot of pioneer cemeteries. And just they're, so old and so much history. And we were going back to one that we did a new moon ceremony ritual, whatever you want to call it, cleansing ritual at last year. And we weren't planning on investigating, and we went ahead and did, because we were there, and got growls and all kinds of stuff. Tina was choked. It was insane. Yeah. It was the first time she's ever felt a little afraid, and had to come over, and Ashley and I had to like get the spirits away from her.
Is that the one where she got sick?
Yeah. No, she got sick. That was when she was choked. She got sick at the Laurel High School, which was only the second one we had ever done as a group. And it's not that old of a high school. And we didn't think we were going to get anything there, but we were struggling and getting locations at the time, because we just started. And so it was crazy. And we were in not the furnace room. We were in the furnace room, like where the custodian hung out. He was a bad man. He was a very bad man. And some bad shit went down in there, and she got physically ill and had to leave from the energy. And that was like, I think our third or fourth investigation, and Ashley and I both wanted to provoke, and we like almost couldn't stop ourselves. I cut some of it out. We almost, it's like, sometimes I feel like, I'm not saying evil, I'm saying just bad people that pass away can make you want to provoke.
The Jailer's Inn in Kentucky. I've never heard of that place.
So we did Alan's Civil War house, and he and his friends went down there for Halloween last year and stayed at the Jailer's Inn, Ranzel, for Halloween. Wow. And they had a few things happen, but it wasn't anything crazy because they said that, you know, we weren't with them. So obviously, you know, if you don't really know what you're doing, you might get something, but you know, it does take skill to do what we do.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And Susan just popped in and she said she's been sick. Sorry, Miss Susan.
Sorry, Susan.
Yeah, I hope you get better. Yeah. Oh, you can go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, yeah, I'd love to go down there. I've been to Bardstown. There's some really awesome places down there. I don't know if they charge or not, the cell area. Well, the place where we're going, Joe, the first night does have a cell in one of the rooms because they used to do like, they had a judge that had retired that did like, you know, petty crime things. And so they might make you stay in that cell. And I was so excited. I've never been in a cell before. And I was so excited. And we went in there and nothing happened.
Oh,
nothing. God. I was like, damn it.
About the closest thing that we got to a cell was a padded insane asylum room. And we got to go in there and close the door with the lights off and kind of get the feel of how they felt back then, you know. And that was at Trans-Allegheny. So. Yeah.
Rental, so you just have to get a room for the night? I mean, do they let you like actually investigate, or do you kind of just do it on the sly? I guess that's my question.
That's kind of what we do.
Yeah. Especially like hotels when you're on vacation, that you stay at a haunted hotel and then you investigate on the sly.
Yeah.
Right. That's kind of how we kind of got started. Actually, we started staying in a Fort Magruder in Williamsburg, Virginia, and it's been rumored to be haunted. So we would get a room there, you know, because right there in that town in Williamsburg, you've got Water Country, USA, and Busch Gardens. So when we went there, we would stay at that hotel, and that's kind of really how we got started investigating, really. And I think one of our first videos was from there. But I mean, I don't know if it's really haunted. Haven't really had a whole lot of things that happened there, but so we've done a few bed and breakfasts and stuff because we kind of like doing those, you know.
Yeah. I've watched several of yours. Before we actually got to know each other, and we haven't done a bed and breakfast. We've done one church twice, and it's off the charts. And investigate all we want in the cell area. Oh, okay. That's cool. I'd love to go down there and do that and do the bourbon tour. When we went down there, we stayed at a bed and breakfast, and I had just had my second chemo. I didn't know when I booked it that I had cancer.
Right.
So we decided to go anyway, and I'd had my second chemo. I couldn't even really drink because alcohol doesn't really mix well with chemo. But I'd love to go back for sure.
No, Josh said Missouri State Penitentiary in Jefferson City is a pretty crazy place too. I haven't been there yet. We haven't really been too much further over west as far. I think the furthest west we have been so far is maybe Tennessee. I mean, we've been up and down the eastern seaboard so far, but we're working our way around. But yeah, Missouri is one of the places I would really like to investigate.
Selena, I've only been, spirits are here right now. I've only been investigating for a year officially. I've been about it my whole life. I just didn't know how to investigate. You know, I've talked to spirits my whole life. I just didn't investigate.
I know we've been doing it for a few years.
Randall, where do you live? Are you in Kentucky? Are you the one that said that you wanted to put together something at the Perryville battlefield? And does that cost something? I want to say that you commented on one of my
Where is Perryville in Kentucky?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool.
So you are putting it together. Does it cost to do that at Perryville? How much is that?
We love doing Civil War battlefields.
Yes.
Yeah, Gettysburg was off the hook last year.
I can't. You know where I want to go is Savannah. I really want to go down to Savannah.
Yeah.
We've been there.
Yeah.
City does.
I have never even been to Savannah at all.
It is very pretty.
Oh, I'm sure.
Especially with the moss on the trees and it's hanging down. And
I love antiques because, you know, I'm an old soul. And so my past life regression that Michelle did was the Victorian age. And so I'm really into antiques, and my house was built in the 1800s and stuff. So Savannah would just be amazing to me because it's very old. Oh, you do? Well, hey, let's talk about it. I bet you guys would want to come for that, Perryville.
Yeah, that's pretty neat. Yeah.
They used to not charge, but they do now.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if I've told this to anybody. I think I have said something to Chris one time. I'm on one of the lives that we done, but like you were talking about, like past life regressions or whatever. When I went to Gettysburg, I didn't need a map. I knew the place just like I had been there before, and that was the first time I'd ever been there. And I have this overwhelming feeling that I know that place. I don't know how to explain it. And I just felt drawn to it. Let's see.
And now he's talking about going back because he's got to go back.
If y'all ever make it to Texas and Galveston, it's basically the island graveyard. Lots of haunted places. Yeah, I would love to go to Texas. Good Lord. Yep. Yeah, that would be awesome.
Randall, keep in touch with us and let us know if you put something together. I don't think that's that far from us. I don't know about Joe and Carrie, though.
Yeah, Kentucky's a little ride away, but we've actually thought about doing the Octagon Mansion in Kentucky, the Civil War Octagon Mansion.
How long have you guys been investigating?
Well, we started in 2014 is what I say, but we didn't really start doing YouTube until about just over 2 years now. But it was real slow to begin with, and I think like you, I had to learn how to edit, and it's getting to be, it's picking up though. I don't think we can go over. Civil War Battlefield would be pretty neat. I've been thinking about going up to Virginia and doing some of those up there, and checking out Antietam and what's that, Harper's Ferry and all that good stuff. Because we usually follow a lot of Civil War action. We got a Civil War battlefield map, and kind of tips us off to a little bit of where we might be able to go next.
So here's okay, thank you. Here's what's really crazy. We found out now that we've been doing some in Brookville. I went to high school in Brookville, and we've been finding out that apparently the new Catholic priest there at St. Michael's is one of the most renowned exorcists.
Wow.
He performs exorcisms. How in the world he ended up in Brookville, and the fact that they let him stay just because the way what you're saying down where you are,
Right.
A lot of people there can be very against the investigations and
Right.
not even want to talk about it. So the fact that they have this like an exorcist, is that what you would call him? He performs exorcisms,
Right.
and he's a Catholic priest. And so I want to meet him, and I want him to, apparently he may let us go through like the old St. Michael's school and gym and church maybe.
Right.
So that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I would love to try to do a video about the old exorcist ways and stuff like that, you know, and just kind of document that. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I do got let me check these comments right quick before I ask any more. It says Zach, Paranormal Side, y'all ever been to Bentonville? No, we haven't been to Bentonville, but we are planning on trying to go. I want to go during the daytime to see it during the day. I don't know if they'll let us go at nighttime, so I want to kind of scout it out before I kind of plan on going at night. But yes, we are planning on going to Bentonville pretty soon, hopefully, because hopefully, if everything works out, we might be able to go to the Devil's Stomping Ground or Tramping Ground, whichever it's called. Also, I've been talking to the people who own that property, and it looks like it might be going to work out, but they're very slow to contact me back. So, so I'm even willing to pay to stay tonight, and I'll go get a tent and stay tonight just to kind of document and see if the things are true, because they say that if you put stuff in the center of the Devil's Stomping Ground, supposedly it's either throw it out or it's gone. So I would be real interested in checking that out too.
Where is that? That
is in, I can't remember the actual city, but it's on the other side of Raleigh, North Carolina.
Okay.
All right. And it's probably about 2 or 3 hours from us, which we live on the coast, so of North Carolina. So one of the questions I have, which I think I've asked you before, which I hear that you have some kind of a spirit box, but it talks. Is that an Ovilus or is that an app or what?
It's an app. It's called, one second. It is called, when we did the Civil War house,
right?
Alan Stanger Civil War house, and then we had our only, so far, that because of COVID and stuff, we had a paid event where we tried to raise a little money, and it was at the Masonic Lodge in Laurel, and we'd already done the Masonic Lodge. Alan's whole group came, and it's by Jetasoft, and it's called Ghost, but it has to be an iPhone. It only works on iPhone.
Oh yeah.
But it's called Ghost, and it's Paranormal Science Toolkit. And so I only use the EVP, which sounds like, EVP, and it just sounds like an Ovilus. And it's been so accurate. It's creepy, scary, and it will go, like, we used to use the Necrophonic a lot, but editing is a nightmare. And I mean, I still feel like it was accurate in a lot of cases. I mean, I know a lot of people don't believe in it, but I do. But this one, we will go hours without it doing anything, saying anything. And then all of a sudden it'll start spitting, a lot of words out. And some of them are so accurate to what we're investigating that you just can't make it up.
Wow. That's neat. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Every time I hear it, I'm like, what is that thing?
Yeah.
So what?
It sounds just like an Ovilus, and I can't afford a $400 Ovilus right now or whatever, So you guys used one somewhere. Was that one that they had there?
Yeah, that was at the Octagon Mansion in Virginia, and that was the first time we got to really play with one. And it didn't really seem to work like I thought it would work, but it was pretty neat though. I don't know if I would want to go run out there and spend $400 or $500 on one, not knowing if for sure it might work. So
well, this app. Do you have an iPhone?
We just have Android.
No, we have Android.
Okay. Well, if they ever get it for Android, or if you ever get an iPhone, It does like 10 different things. Like it'll do SLS, it'll do EMF, it'll do all kinds of stuff. And these are ghost hunters that put it together. So they were like, you know, but it records it for you. You don't have to hit record. So it keeps it logged for until you trash it. So the best part is too, you can go back and, you know, look at all the recordings without having to watch all the footage if you want to as well. So yeah, I agree, Randall. It is kind of hard. But so the funny part was we wanted to go to the Little Cedar Grove Baptist Church again. We'd already done it. It was one of our first investigations. It's open to the public. I was floored when I found out it was open to the public and nobody vandalizes it. I'm so proud of the town for not vandalizing. But so we thought for Halloween last year, my best friend came in from California. My birthday's Halloween. We wanted to have an investigation there. And we thought, well, maybe we should ask the Historical Society so that, you know, we're kind of going to do an all-nighter. We were being nice, you know, and trying to play by rules. And she came back and said no, and like copied everybody on the board of the Historical Society. And I was like, can I ask why, considering you just told me that it was open to the public and that anybody can squat there and blah, blah, blah. So I called her bluff and she came back and said, just to me, it's open to the public. In other words, I'm not telling you to do it, but it's open to the public. So we did. And there was lots of other people that showed up. I don't know why I didn't think people would show up there on Halloween night, but it's like we would get rid of one group and another group would come and they'd want to stay. Right. But what I was going to say is for Randall is I had asked I have a friend that works at the library in Brookville, and I was asking for information about some history on something. And I guess one of the women there saw our video and we had some candles in jars burning. Oh my God, how could we be so disrespectful in burning these candles? And I'm like, you burn candles in church. I'm sorry. What is, so yeah. Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
You can come in and out.
It's fine.
Boo-hoo. Mark, why are you saying boo-hoo? Do you have a droid? Is that why you're boo-hooing?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, she had a iPhone one time and I just didn't like it. And I'm just Android all the way. So, I mean.
But the iPhone I had where we live at, it didn't work that good. So it was like when people would call, it would either they couldn't hear me or it would be breaking up. So I just switched over to Android because the company that I switched to had a tower down the road. Yeah. So that way I could hear better.
I'm a Mac girl. I have a Mac computer. I have a iPad and an iPhone. So
I will be right back.
Okay. Well, I know we have some clips, but you want to answer another question or show these clips right quick?
I'd say we should. It's up to you. Either way.
All right. Let me check these comments too. Been trying to keep a check on the comments, but
yeah, I haven't really seen any other questions.
Yeah. All right. I guess I will ask another question. And then we'll do the clips right quick. What is your favorite investigation tool?
Oh, you have a fan that's been subscribed to you for a while.
Right. Thank you. I appreciate that, RL.
Oh my gosh, that's really hard. You know what? I feel like as simple as it is, we have such a good activity with the flashlights, with the mag lights. So yeah, I mean, they just almost never fail us. I love all of it, but I would say that's probably would be my go-to just because we have such good responses from them.
Yeah, that's what I like. And we kind of do the same thing, just kind of keep it a little simple, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let's see. We'll definitely rewatch this interview. All right, I'm going to see what I can do to bring these clips in. I hope I can do this.
We do have one of those too, Randall. Ashley uses it, and then she tends to forget to listen to it. But that app we're talking about, it also does. It acts as a digital recorder as well, and I do use that once in a while. We did get a plasma ball, but you can't use the plasma ball in the same room with the REM pod.
What is a plasma ball?
It's like a globe, and it's got like you know, they were popular like back in the 70s and 80s, and they've got like lightning things.
Yeah.
Yes, we don't have a real K2, but we do have meters, and the REM pod's one of my favorites if it actually works, and it has been working a lot.
Wow. All right. Let me see. I know I did this before. You don't see YouTube on my channel, do you? All right.
You want me to go back to the YouTube?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm back on there.
All right. Is it on YouTube now?
I don't see it.
Okay, let me see. Let me keep on working on this right quick. Let's see if I can figure out it. Share. All right.
But you know what? Hold on. Now I'm caught up.
I think I might have it now, maybe. Well, maybe
not. Mark, you're so silly. Why didn't you just ask me? I would have sent you the link for Amazon.
Crap, I should have downloaded this video.
I think it is, Wade. And yes, I hear lots more stuff when I'm editing, and see more stuff when I'm editing. Mark, I hope this worked for you. And I thought the pinwheels were brilliant. That was awesome. And the fact that you had 3 of them was perfect. Okay, now I think you're getting it.
Okay. All right. Okay, I think I might have it now. All right. Here we go. I'm going to blow this up. I love y'all's intro also.
Thank you. Frank did that from Toronto. He did that for us.
I got you.
So this is actually right behind me in my house. This was happening.
Wow.
And so I picked up my phone and started.
Oop.
Oh, it's been going off and on.
Was that the same video or different?
This is different.
Okay. All right. So that was right behind your house?
It was right behind me in my house on my hearth right back here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I just had it set up for some reason. And I was sitting in my chair late night, and all of a sudden it started to go off. And so I picked my phone up, and I had it on airplane mode, and I was filming it.
Right.
And so then I started talking to them, and they didn't. But then a few days later, I had a cat ball, the REM pod, and the flashlight set up, and all 3 happened.
Wow, that's neat.
Yeah.
Did you try to ask any questions or anything?
I did, and they didn't really seem to answer me. And then it kind of like they did all of it at once, and then kind of went quiet on me. So I don't know if it was maybe some kid spirits just playing with my dog or what. But
yeah. So this next clip, do you want to try to set it up before I play it?
Yeah, so the next clip is Norris English Pub, where I met Ashley. And this pub has been many things, but it was a gas station first, I believe, and then in the front. And then in the back, they added on, and it was like a big semi-truck truck wash. And then it was an EMT hub. And so that's where the REM pub went off like this for about 35 minutes.
Wow.
And the flashlights at the same time. And we weren't even investigating yet. Tina was just doing her walkthrough and she was putting stuff out. And then all of a sudden it just started. And I walked in because we were interviewing the gal that owns it. And I walked in and that's when I said, "Are you serious right now? Like, what is going on?"
Wow, that's cool. All right. Let's check it out. All right, let me make sure it's clayed back.
Oh, it's been going off and on. Is there anything that could be making it?
It's on a chair.
And the flashlight?
Yep. And the cat ball's next to the flashlight.
Is it going on?
No, cat ball is not.
Oh my gosh, I need to get zero. What's the deal so he is never zero? If the man is still here that I was talking to.
This is the same room.
Mm-hmm.
And just later when we went to investigate.
Okay. All right. We'll go ahead and play that.
Earlier. Hi. Wow. That's awesome. What else here too? I think the man we were talking to earlier is here.
It's really cold in here, isn't it?
Okay, my crystals are moving in my pocket again.
That's kind of creepy.
That was so. What was the deal about the crystals moving?
Well, so I keep crystals in my pocket and usually my right hand pocket and my protection crystals. And a lot of times when there's a lot of activity, I can feel them just vibrating in my pocket. And that's the same leg that if there's ever been a fire, my leg will just automatically be on fire. So I can always tell you if there's been a fire in the at the location.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool. So what's the next clip?
The next one is the Popper Building, and that's next to the Whitewater Publications, the paper place. And it was SLS, 2 figures. We feel like it's a mom and a kid, and she used to work there in the Popper clothing store and brought her kid to work with her. And I get it to like raise its hand and stuff and wave and that.
Cool. Is this is not the Ghost Tube app, right? It's the real SLS.
Right. SLS Connect. Yep.
All right.
Right ahead is where these figures are hanging out right now, just so you know.
And it's not mapping anything.
No.
Because there's nothing there to map. But they're on this side of the door.
And that's the staircase, right? Or that's another hallway.
Yeah. Can you wave at us again? Thank you.
That's a wave.
Okay. If you don't want to make them cross, then.
Yeah, that was pretty neat.
Yeah, we've been having, so what we found out with the SLS is that you really need to have a dedicated person for it. So there's only 4 of us and, there's we've got a lot of equipment, even though it's not expensive, but the SLS is heavy. We bought an arm now that holds a phone so you can press record real easy for it, because the one I bought, the tablet has a way to record, but it's such a cheap tablet that I can't get it to save.
Yeah.
And I put a little mini SD card in and everything, and I can't get it to save.
Yeah.
So it's been really annoying. And so we got a phone now, but we've been trying to dedicate somebody. You can't just pick it up and sweep with it and just think you're going to catch something. You have to like be dedicated to it for a while. Since we've been doing that, it seems like we're catching more. Because, if you do it more, you're going to catch more. So that's kind of been our thing.
Yeah, that's why I don't really like the SLS. It's so heavy. And the one that we have, it's it's a pain in the butt
Mhm.
to get it going, and then we
Yeah.
have wire issues. Went straight out the box. There was cut wires, so I had to try to
Ugh.
fix that. And the batteries go dead so fast, and I'm going to try to use that Ghost Tube app a little bit more. But I do know that the SLS Connect one runs off, I think, lasers that we can't see. But in the Ghost Tube app, I think if there's no light, it really doesn't work too good. So it don't work in the dark too well.
Yeah. Well, the one that we have, I was trying to figure out how to put a battery pack on it instead of actual batteries. And it came from these people in Kentucky. It is so rigged up. It's got so many wires on it that I need to actually take it to like Best Buy with me and just say, okay, there has to be an adapter to go from this to a battery pack. Help me out here.
Right. Yeah, ours had wires that almost hung to the floor.
Yeah.
And, I'm like, I can't believe somebody sold this thing for that amount of money that looks like this.
Yeah.
It's just terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible.
I agree.
We had a battery pack that actually melted one time.
Oh my gosh.
It was the one that we put the batteries in, the what is it, double A's or triple A's. And it actually, I guess the batteries got hot and started leaking, and it melted the battery pack. So I had to go to Amazon and buy a new one.
Oh my gosh.
And, but yeah, it's gosh knows it's terrible.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the next scene?
The next one is at Allen's Civil War house, and the Ashley's really good with the dowsing rods, but they were literally just swinging back and forth, not answering, not doing it, just like you can't make that happen if you tried. You can't make them do what they were. You just can't. So
yeah. All right, let's check that out.
Could you at least point them in the direction you would like us to go? So maybe go talk to somebody who wants to come use these rides.
Nebraska. We're not going to Nebraska. Thank you for the option.
Yeah, they're just swaying, and they did this for several minutes. And she's really good at it. She's got very steady hands, and she can usually get them to swing around and do all kinds of stuff.
Great job.
This is the same house if you want to keep it.
Yeah.
First time we ever did the pendulum.
Use Ashley's energy and spin that bigger.
Wait till you see what she gets it to do.
That is really good. Thank you.
Yes, Randall, those are copper rods as well.
Okay, instead of swinging it in a circle, can you swing it back and forth, just in a straight line?
Side to side. Good job.
Oh God, I'm cut such shoals right now.
Good job. Can you show it bigger? Swing it bigger, side to side, bigger.
Wow.
Thank you.
So that to me proves I would like anybody that thinks that is that's us doing that, faking that, to try to get a pendulum to swing in a circle and then automatically just start doing that. You can't do it. You can't do it.
Yep. I know. Is that the same video where y'all had the copper stand that y'all made up also?
We do have a copper stand, and Ashley prefers to use just her because she's real steady. We've been able to get the copper stand to work, and we like put our hands on the bottom to like get our energy in there. But it tends to work better when we're holding it versus the stand.
Right. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. That stand's pretty neat.
Yeah.
All right. So the next scene is about what's it about?
Oh, I know. So this is the house that was is not old. It is on old land, obviously, but it's not old. And The woman that died in the driveway died in 2012. And they said it was, she froze to death and she had alcohol in her system, but she and her husband had got in a fight. Her family lives there on the lane. So she often, I guess, when they would fight, would leave and go to her families. And he like got in and drove away. Well, when he came home, she wasn't there. He thought she was at her family's. And the next day they found her dead along the side of the driveway, supposedly frozen to death. And so this is at that house. It's my massage therapist. They didn't know this woman died when they bought the house. And after they moved in, she just never felt the energy was good there. And it was the kitchen and the office that she never felt good in. And she didn't tell us any of that. And that's like I went into the office and walked over the threshold and just started crying. Went into the kitchen and could tell he beat the crap out of her in that kitchen. You could feel it.
Yeah, right.
So this is an orb that you see come across the room and go into Tina's hand where she's writing.
Wow. All right.
You'll see it come from left to right because Tina is sitting down on the end on the right.
Right down here?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Just.
There it goes.
Okay.
That was cool. That was pretty neat. That was a pretty good orb there.
Yeah. And there's one when we were doing our prayer in the beginning of that one. There was one that came like from my hands and shot right past Dale and the camera out the door.
Wow, that's cool. Yeah, we had a cool one. We were at the Sorrel Wheat House in Savannah, Georgia, and we got a pretty cool one that kind of like flies and kind of looks like it goes into the back of Carrie's head, and it was pretty cool like that too. All right, so the next scene is
This is the latest one, and I blown away. Mark B found it.
Mark B. Yeah, I know Mark B. He's pretty cool. He's still up here too, I think. All right. I like it. I like it when subscribers find stuff.
Yes, I thought it was Ashley making the noise. This is the disembodied voice at Third Place Masonic meeting room.
All right.
So line 2 and your black one? No, my black one is. Oh, yes, 4. Is that the 4th one right there? Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh my God. What was that? Tina. What?
Did you hear it?
Yeah. Sounded like a howling or something.
Yeah, it's like hoo hoo or something like that. I thought it was Ashley because she never said what was that, like she heard something. There was so much going on with flashlights. I was focused on what the camera didn't catch, that she saw this shadow figure in the door. That's what, when I was editing, I was focused on. And then Mark is like, at 10:29, was that one of you making that noise? And I was like, no. Oh my God.
That's cool. So that was a Masonic lodge?
Yeah, it used to be on the 3rd floor of Third Place. And when we were going from one room to the next room, we had done a walkthrough earlier in the day, and when it was light outside. And when we went into that room, it's being used as a photography studio now. And I just immediately wanted to cry. I was just sad. I just was overwhelmed with wanting to cry. And Tina kind of felt the same way. I had to walk out of the room. I was so sad. So then when we went back, we were they teach GED classes across the hall. So we were over there and nothing was really happening except a cat ball that we sat down on a thing, on a table. Like, you set it down and it'll roll for a little bit and then stop. And then you just wait for a spirit, No, this one stopped, rolled, stopped, rolled. And Dale's standing right there. I'm standing right there. I'm like, Dale, it's moving. And he was just like, da, da, da. So we were moving from that room to the meeting room. And Ashley and I came from one end of the hall, and Tina and Dale came from the other end, but we didn't have our cameras on. all of a sudden, Ashley and I both looked at each other and we looked at Dale and said, "Were you just humming?" We heard a man humming as plain as could be in the hallway, and it wasn't him. But we don't have it on film. So then when we went in there, later after that hoo-hoo, whatever that was, and the man in the doorway, later you hear, I'm doing the pendulum on the rug, and Ashley's filming me, and Dale's behind us filming us, and you hear somebody stomp behind him, and we immediately said, "Dale, did you just do that?" And he's like, "Nope."
It's like the spirits were trying to play with y'all that night.
They were. Oh my gosh. We had nothing practically all night. We've been there for hours with almost nothing, even in the basement where the morgue was, nothing. And we get up there. It's the end of the night. We're starting to get slap happy. And finally, 4 flashlights going off and on. It was great. Hey, Hawk.
Yeah. Hey, Hawk. Yeah. I know you had asked about doing a card reading.
We've been on here for a really long time, so
okay.
It's up to anybody. If anybody wants a card reading, I can do it.
All right.
It's up to you guys if you want to stay on, if anybody on here wants one.
Or any questions that anybody has, you can ask them, either or. So if anybody wants a card reading, you're more than welcome to ask. I know it's getting kind of late. Every time I do one of these, I don't plan on them to go much over an hour, but they usually do.
Yeah. I think we all start to have fun, and then people come and go, and you get new people that come in and stuff.
Yeah.
It's been a long day for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mark, your beach video. Oh my gosh, I want to see the beach so bad. Well, maybe, Randall, that they're more sensitive than you are, possibly. I feel like when all 3 of us are really on at an investigation, we get a lot more activity. But if one of us is having an off night, it can be slower, I feel.
Yeah. Sometimes, just like you were talking about earlier, you don't think that you're getting nothing at all, and then all of a sudden it's getting ready to wrap up, and then it really starts going real good. Yep. So if anybody hasn't subscribed to the Get Spooky Society, please subscribe to them. They're a wonderful group. You have Miss Stephanie, you have Tina, Ashley, and Dale, and your mascot, Copper, right?
Yeah. He's being a good boy over there right now on the couch.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. I think the spirits like to talk to them more. So I don't think anybody's really asking for a card reading or got any more questions. Okay. But I guess we'll go ahead and wrap it up. If you don't have it, do you have anything else you need to add?
I don't think so. Just love for anybody that's not subscribed, to come over and subscribe and get ready, because at the end of May we're collabing. Right. Hopefully we'll figure out some really awesome stuff to do together there.
Yeah.
Thanks, Josh. You too.
Thank you, Josh.
Oh, Randall wants a card. All right, Randall. Okay. I can do that. And Hawk wants a card. Okay. These are my oracle cards that I made with my own. I'm a nature photographer. And it's my own messages and my own photography. And I do sell them. They're $15 for the deck, plus shipping.
Yeah, they're very beautiful also.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. All right. I am reading for Randall right now. Let's see what the spirits have to say. Ooh, just jumped right on the floor. Oh, okay. Randall, devotion, angel near, and a loved one. This is the cardinal. And if you don't know, but cardinals are usually a sign that you have a loved one that's near. And since you're into the paranormal, you do have a lot of spirits around you. So you have a loved one that definitely watches over you, and I feel protects you when you're out doing your investigations. Hope that resonates with you. Hawk, what's your first name? I forget.
Hawk, are you from North Carolina, Hawk?
It looks like it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Ooh.
That's Gen C. And Shadow Valley Paranormal. I know I'm subscribed to you, but I'm definitely gonna check out that Jailer's Inn video that you released I think 3 days ago.
All right, Billy, this one is for you. Let's see what all right, good one. Okay. You got the eagle, pride, victory, and longevity. So I feel like you're a very proud person, and you should be proud of the fact that your longevity gets you victories. So keep doing what you're doing and keep, taking pride in those victories that you're getting, because you just keep at it. Your tenacity keeps bringing those victories to you, and that's what you need to do. Let me know if that resonates for you. I'll do one for Carrie real quick. Carrie, you want a reading?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
You're welcome. Thank you for joining us. All right, Carrie, let's see. Oh, this is where we are right now. The waxing crescent moon. Move forward with courage. So the moon is waxing right now, is the waxing crescent. And so what you're supposed to do in a waxing moon is to take action. You're taking actions on anything that your wishes are, that you desire. And so you need to do that right now to move forward and do it with courage.
Okay.
So whatever it is that you're wishing for, make it happen. Now is the time. Joe, I'll do one for you real quick, and then we can sign off.
All right.
I've been trying to get more pictures of the moon. That when I did my cards and I did my manifesting with the moon calendar, I have mostly full moons. I've neglected the crescent moons. So I'm trying to get more. Ooh, okay. All right. Endurance, persistence, and longevity. The turtle.
Wow.
So I feel like this is, just in your everyday life, keep up your endurance and your persistence, because, good things are coming to you guys, but it does take that persistence. And, we both know that it's hard. People don't get back to us, etc. So.
Cool deal.
Hawk, it's in the description down in the description. My link is.
Yeah, it's down below in the description. You can go down there and click on it. It should take you right to her page.
If for some reason not, it is actually Gut Spooky Society is the URL.
Hawk, we're also from North Carolina too, if you didn't know. So
I love North Carolina. I love the Carolinas.
Yeah.
And Mark was saying it's not going to be long. I am going to be riding a horse on the beach in California in a week. I'm so excited.
Riding a horse?
Yeah.
In California?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's cool. That's pretty neat.
Yeah, so I'm really excited because I'm a horse rider. I showed and trained and raised them for years, but I have never ridden one on a beach. And so I'm going out to Monterey to visit my best friend and some people that I did some readings for, helping them communicate with their horses, etc. They're going to take us for a ride on the beach.
Oh, that's cool.
That's always something I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah. I'm going to try to film it just for fun. So we'll see what happens.
Wow.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Mark, you have some moon photos. Is that what you're saying? You could send me some. An hour and a half, guys. We did it.
Yep. All right, guys. Yeah. Their link is in the description. if you haven't, like we said, please go subscribe to them. I appreciate everybody for coming out tonight. We're going to go ahead and sign off. Thank you, Miss Stephanie, with the Get Spooky Society.
Thank you. Can't wait to meet you guys in person.
All right. Not much longer. Not much longer.
That's right.
All righty.
All right.
I will be in contact with you very soon. We appreciate it and thank you. And I'll send you a copy of this too if you want a copy.
Okay. Awesome. That'd be great.
Yep. All right, Martin, Hawk, and everyone else. Thanks for coming out.
Good night.
All
Stay
right.
spooky, everybody.
Yep. Good night.
Night.